Welcome back to Psychology Understood, where we help you make sense of your mind and relationships. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's crucial for building healthy, lasting connections: emotional availability. Ever been with someone who just couldn't open up? You know, the type who keeps everything bottled up or changes the subject when things get a little too real. It can be frustrating, confusing, and honestly pretty lonely. That's because they might be struggling with emotional availability. Let's talk about what emotional availability really is, why it matters so much in your relationships, and how to recognize it, both in yourself and the people you're close to. Because let me tell you something, understanding this can be a real game changer. So, what are we really talking about when we say emotional availability? Well, it's not about wearing your heart on your sleeve 24/7 or pouring your guts out to anyone who'll listen. It's about having the capacity to connect with someone on a deeper level, to share your true feelings, to be present and listen without judgment, and to build trust. It's about letting someone in, letting them see the real you, and being there for them in a real, authentic way. Sounds simple, right? Well, for some folks it's anything but. You see, life has a way of throwing curveballs, and sometimes those experiences can make it tough to be emotionally open. Past relationships gone wrong, a difficult childhood, or maybe even just a string of bad experiences. These things can leave their mark. Think about it like this. If someone's been hurt before, if they've been burned by trusting the wrong person, they might build walls around their heart to protect themselves. They might think, if I don't let anyone in, I can't get hurt. And that's understandable, right? Nobody likes to feel vulnerable. But here's the deal. Those walls, they might keep out the pain, but they also keep out the good stuff too. The love, the connection, the real intimacy that comes from letting someone truly know you. It's like trying to build a house on a foundation of fear. It's just not stable. Now, before we go pointing fingers, it's time for a little self-reflection. Look, we've all got our own baggage, our own stuff we're carrying around, and sometimes that stuff can get in the way of our own emotional availability. So ask yourself honestly, am I emotionally available in my relationships? Do I make space for open and honest communication, even when it's uncomfortable? Do I truly listen to my partner's needs and feelings? Or am I quick to jump in with solutions, or even worse, dismiss what they're going through? Do I show empathy and understanding, or do I shut down when things get tough? Because here's the thing, building a strong, healthy relationship is a two-way street. It takes two people willing to show up authentically and be there for each other emotionally. It's about being present, being engaged, and being willing to put in the work. Look, I'm not saying it's easy. Opening yourself up to someone, being vulnerable, that takes courage. It means taking a risk, trusting that they'll handle your heart with care, but let me tell you, the rewards are worth it. So how can you tell if you or someone you're with is emotionally available? Well, there are some telltale signs to look out for. First and foremost, emotionally available people are comfortable expressing their feelings, both the good and the bad. And they do it in a healthy way, without blaming or exploding. They're honest about what they're going through, and they're able to communicate those feelings calmly and clearly. Second, they're amazing listeners, and I don't just mean they sit there and nod their heads while you talk. They're actively engaged in the conversation, asking questions, reflecting back what they're hearing, and trying to understand your perspective. They don't interrupt, they don't get defensive, and they certainly don't try to one-up you with their own stories. They're present, they're focused, and they're genuinely interested in what you have to say. Third, emotionally available people are consistent. They show up for you time and time again. They're reliable, they keep their promises, and they follow through on their commitments. You know you can count on them no matter what. Now, on the flip side, someone who's emotionally unavailable might exhibit some red flags. They might avoid deep or meaningful conversations, always keeping things surface level. They might shut down or withdraw when you try to talk about your feelings, or worse, they might dismiss your emotions altogether. They might be inconsistent in their words and actions, leaving you feeling confused and unsure of where you stand. Look, relationships are complicated enough without adding emotional unavailability into the mix. Recognizing these signs can save you a lot of heartache down the road. Emotional availability is the bedrock of any truly fulfilling relationship. It's what takes a connection from surface level to something real, something meaningful, something that can weather life's inevitable storms. So, tell me, what do you think are the hallmarks of an emotionally available person? What qualities do they possess? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested in hearing your perspective. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might need to hear this, and hit that subscribe button for more tips and insights from Psychology Understood. Remember, understanding your own emotional landscape is the first step to building healthier, happier relationships. Until next time, take care of yourselves.